Right, today it's time to delve deep into the world of 200 IQ players, and we're going to be playing Zealot with the 200 sword and the crossbow. Let's drop up the run, and after that I will, as usual, take us back to the keep and show you what I'm using and why.
Let's wait! Don't give up now, Johnny! There! Stormvermin! You mean business, I'll give you that!
This hospice never stood a chance.
Those without swords seldom do.
Holy illustration!
As you might expect, the 200 sword performs excellent against hordes, be they mixed hordes, aka involving armor on it. Tell them where they are, if they don't want to pick it up, then by all means.
The gunner is slain! Get rested! Stormvermin!
Even the stark raving mad were not safe from predation.
Lumberfoots, can you not see? This is the path. That rot hell might test us, mate.
Kill them all!
So perish all heretics, mighty and frail alike.
In here we have the rare Godbreaker in their natural habitat. Good news is the friendly fire on him probably procs my marsh skin, so... Yeah, it does, as you can see in the bottom left corner.
Blightstormer, I warned you!
Goes to me! And goes keep your guard up! That's a chaos warrior! Think that's a slow butting! Let's boss it out!
I'm actually intentionally gonna eat some hits to get the stacks up now. If the door let me.
Codex!
Blightstormer, this is close.
Do this all day! Stairs. Looks like they go down.
Here, ammunition.
Drinking a potion. Potion here.
No artistry, these Northlanders. right. A black stormer just for us and beating nearby. Ha! Get us off. Not for time. So, how do we feel like that went, Mayflies? Or is the door open and I just can't see it?
Yes, Carillion, we get it. You are a flaming bitch.
Dalaran! Skaven machinery! Calm yourself down, One Eye. Unless you sustain something.
Yeah, that rattling's done for.
I just love how the Ironbreaker is absolutely devoid of fucks and he's just slamming us right through the teammates.
Gaslat! I shall cleanse thee all!
One last gasp from the sorcerer.
Open cash!
Ha! Gas rat, and it draws nigh.
Vile gas rat, death is too good for you. Here they come.
Give a good arm, Grimby, and fire in your belly!
Ha! A door has parted.
Looks like Detective Darby is in the case.
Remember your training, mate.
Strike them down. Don't let it hook you. Listen. Reach. Fire rat near. I think we broke the warp fire.
Maggie, over there, kill the one!
Stagger warrior, done ready. Dark warrior,
Excellent, hurrah! Good saggies and dead.
Kinda hope we do get a boss.
Down here.
Maybe we'll get lucky enough to have one on the room up ahead.
You're a bit tight.
the chaos warrior, just what we needed.
The chaos warrior falls.
Come on, Dory.
Fire rat.
It's a nifty little trick, but you can actually charge up the heavy attack and attack while you're dashing.
Will not sweep us
There is
away.
no excuse.
No more fire.
The rocker is
Blood everywhere. And another one's gone. Vile troll!
That's a really satisfying landing from you, buddy boy.
Listen,
more than the door.
beware! Scatterbanner!
The bloody signal! Fight it alone!
Seek.
I think I have shrapnel on, so that's why I tossed the bomb.
Yeah, give that looter a kicking!
Medical supplies, over here.
Chaos warrior, Dory!
Is it too much to ask for a moment's respite?
Down here!
time I try to get a little bit of temp HP back, I have the doorway shooting me. If you're gonna play the flamethrower, don't play it like this.
So many. Even I cannot prevail. The stink of it.
Stop meandering and get down here. Listen! It's a blight stormer.
I feel the wind riding. A light stormer.
And hordes, even I can't kill witness.
Where your wits now, sorcerer?
Down there, join the army, they said. You'll see the world. We can live. Heard a tale from that. One of the sisters of Shittier lost her mind. Slit amongst the throats and vanished into the wild. What a madness in the world.
Truly, it was a duel for the ages.
He'll get better, Gorrickson.
Havoc there! That's a chaos warrior! Ammunition!
They're upon us! Strike, Sigma!
I just love how the Godbreaker is actively making it harder.
Damn that!
Globe blobber coming in!
Think carefully.
Hurry up and come us! We burn the impure! Leech, slay it swiftly! Down the stairs! Leech wings disposed of! Ha!
These stairs look right.
To me! Now! A blight stormer! The air thickens with filth! Dead! Let your foul
Not
wings
very
feed
impressive
your soul
teleport
to
from that guy.
damnation! I shall cleanse thee all!
Take that out!
Oi, assassin! Show yourself!
Here,
That blight stormer will trouble us no more!
Pro tip for all chaos heretics: if you're trying to play hide and seek, try not to breathe like an asthmatic on that staircase.
Above your head. Sneak rat is dead!
Stormvermin formation!
I'm just gonna aggro them from the hell of it. Just so I can show you how the armor cleave works.
A walk fire thrower! Don't let it shoot! Get back! Incoming! Sneak rat!
cannot hide.
Alright.
Get out of this car. Someone, help me!
good. And that's... Beware of poison. That's right.
Go, I'm right behind you.
Assassin nearby!
Oh, good kill, sir. But keep your elbow up. Guards open.
You damn! And you, Rubam, I shall heed your advice.
Light through!
Yeah, you stay down, sneaker.
Sigma helps those who fight for themselves. It falls to us to help those who cannot.
Bye-bye.
So easily worn out, so near to our goal, you should be ashamed.
Hold the ground! The chaos warrior! Chaos warrior! To my side! The Rockhound dies! Holy illustration! What's those globes?
That's a horrible shit.
Lumber goods. This is nothing.
Oh well. Yeah, as you can see, even without the ult, you can just keep attacking with the heavies and you'll mulch the hordes. It's also help, obviously, because the Zealot is a massive powerhouse.
These Northlanders worship Nurgle, foulest of the Dark Gods.
You should never grade evils, Crowback. For if one is the worst, then you might be tempted to kinship with the least.
Right, Orsa. This Nurgle, he's pretty bad. Just like the rest of them.
Are you mocking me?
No, sir. There is the door, sir.
I love that voice line.
Dorothy, come over here.
Keep back!
My glory! The sorcerers are dying! Guess that magic's hungry.
Light through!
Flat, watch for the throw!
Ah, you want another? Didn't feel a thing.
Get back! Incoming!
Kill the vermin before it grows.
I'm not sure if it was the globe rat or the waystalker that stole the kill there, but it's kind of funny.
Ah! Oh, nice.
Vile things! Look out!
Bouvier! Seek, seek.
Die, you scum!
Don't let me die with thank Tom for all.
Got another!
You want to cook outside in, Dory? No? You that bloody rascal! Come on, Roger! Go on! Hit me harder!
I don't know, whoever it was who decided to have the steam tank meme become a thing, thanks to the writers and Fat Shark I suppose, but whoever you are, I love you. This is hilarious. 13 melee kills in the Godbreaker. Yep, the flamer is working as intended. Okay, the thing is that with the party composition like this, it's flamer is gonna roast pretty much everything. It's infantry, especially on a map like Baskin, you got plenty of choke points, and the Waystalker has endless ammo, so she can just spam and shoot the disablers, which is actually useful. But yeah, let's put up the dummies and see what we can do with this guy. Probably a bit boring run to watch because, well, half the time my screen was covered in goo and fire and flame. But despite that, I have this because I have stamina and crit chance because I want to proc the swift slaying a bit more, and I have stamina because the push traps are useful against armor. So that's the reason. I have this with powers chaos and crit chance and scrounger just to maybe help a tiny bit with the ammo sustain. But I should probably roll something other on it, maybe conservative shooter, and actually learn how to shoot and work through the ammo issues with it. But basically I just snipe some nasty disablers and I get stupid amount of power from the Zealot stacks anyway. So and I have a little bit of attack speed bonus here with Skaven, and as for the trait I didn't bother re-rolling it, so I just have this. Doesn't really matter. I am generally as a Zealot carrying the Grim, so I don't worry too much about the potions anyway. Then I have the typical curse resistance and crit chance to increase the swift slaying, with shrapnel to boost the damage against bosses. And lastly I have the typical stamina and health, once again for the push joust, more stamina is good. And then I have bark skin, because as if Zealot wasn't already stupidly strong and hard to kill, with bark skin it makes it borderline impossible to die. So another viable option is the one that buffs the temp HP reading in, I think it's Boon of Shittier maybe it's called, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. As for my talents, once more I have more crit chance to buff up the swift sling chance, because the two-handed sword is unfortunately rather slow. Then I have the flagellant, but you could probably stack it with the power if you really want to go ham, but I'm not sure if there's any point with this weapon. So, and then I have this, which I think with full stacks and critical hit on the head you can heavy crit one-shot stormvermin. I think, I'm not 100% sure. And then I have this to regain more temp HP, because it obviously scales forever with the good cleave on the greatsword. And then I actually took this to have the alt up just a bit more. And the mobility increase is kinda generally fun. But obviously this is a very good alternative, because when you need to start healing then you can use this. Or you can just get this to get the attack speed buff last a bit longer. So that's it for the build. Let's see. So I already do like 17.75 on a heavy, that's not a heavy attack, light attack, heavy hit. So 1800 is the breakpoint for fanatics. But no, so maybe this should be power versus chaos then, so the light attacks on would be, even without any stacks, would be enough to kill a fanatic. But the trick is mostly that you want to be using heavies. yeah, with a crit, you have enough power that you kill 2 fanatics with 1 swing already. More if you hit 2 things in the head. So yeah, basic rule of thumb is that against Skaven hordes you mostly want to be using light attacks, but against the chaos hordes you want to be using heavies, like this. And if you have mixed hordes, aka hordes with armor in it, like stormvermin or chaos warriors, then you just want to use the heavies again. You can cleave through armor, which is incredibly useful. As you can see, the damage with the heavies isn't a lot, but you can cleave through at least 2 armored targets, which is like, let's say, 2 stormvermin. And this is helpful because you can damage them both. And I don't have the power stacks up right now, which means that I'm actually, in most cases, going to be doing like 30% more damage, even more so if I crit. So the numbers are a bit biased. And obviously, you want to be using the push tabs against armored targets. Let's get a bit of stamina back. So 21 damage, so 2 push tabs is already enough to kill a stormvermin, but you have to land them both in the head, so it's a bit tricky, because as you can see where the crosshair is, you kind of aim it a bit to the right on the head, and then you hit it. See? It's a bit to the right on the stormvermin head, and it landed. But other than that, Zealot is obviously like a frontliner force. You can pair it with the brace of pistols too, it's a better option, but this is like playing with the crossbow every now and then so I don't get rusty, and if and when they will hopefully perhaps nerf the brace of pistols a tiny bit, but we'll see how that goes. Other than that, Zealot is probably the strongest, or one of the strongest classes in the game right now, bar none, because he's stupidly tanky, and he's incredibly damaging. And he can sustain the damage output because he has ridiculous amount of temp HP regain. Worse with this, so I mean, take some actual dedication once you learn the basics to die as the Zealot. Of course, mistakes happen, but he's a powerhouse and he's a very, very, very good beginner class. Myself, I don't want to shit on people who love him so much, so I'm not gonna start mocking people's choices and preferences. You play what you like. But for me, personally, I find Zealot to be just a tiny bit boring nowadays. But other than that, he's always a good addition to a party, assuming you know how to play. And the greatsword is obviously not nearly as good a pick right now as the Falchion axe is, but then again, what the fuck is? Because there's nothing that's actually as good as a melee weapon as that is right now. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you here, and thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something useful. And I'll see you with the next one.